Well, the other big story we're tracking, the Supreme Court is set to hear a host of review petitions challenging its historic verdict allowing women of all ages to enter Sabarimala temple. Supreme Court has declined urgent hearing of 3 writ petitions on the issue, while 49 review petitions will be heard shortly. A 5-judge constitution bench comprising of Justice Ranjan Gogoi, or rather the CJI Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Justices Nariman, A.M. Khanwilkar, D.Y. Chandrachud and Indu Malhotra will be hearing these review petitions. This comes almost a month after the Supreme Court's landmark verdict on the 28th of September. The Constitution bench had allowed entry of women of all ages into the shrine. Supreme Court verdict had also said that women were equally entitled to worship and that the rule which prevented them from entering the temple was against a right to worship and right to equality.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो फाइनल वर्डिक्ट दिया था वो संविधान ने दिया हुआ समानता का जो अधिकार है वो महिलाओं को शबरीमला मंदिर में मिलना चाहिए और जेंडर के ऊपर कोई भेदभाव नहीं कर सकता, ऐसा निर्णय था। और वही निर्णय जो है वो रिव्यू पिटीशन पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट कायम रखेगी, यही हमारा विश्वास है। और ये महिलाओं की जो एंट्री है उसके ऊपर फिर से एक बार सुप्रीम कोर्ट महिलाओं के बाजू से रहेगी।
We hope that you are giving much importance to the Hinduism. It doesn't mean like you separate certain cadre of the people not to attend the temple. Please look into the very minor issue which is going to become a sentimental sort of thing and become a very big problem to the country. So let us be united and not to enter about our own politics to implement in certain shrines.
If the government decision is sincere, we are ready to welcome. But if the government is going to implement this hidden agenda of CPM, we will oppose. There is no use of this all-party meeting. It will become waste.
We have Gopi Krishnan who's with us live this afternoon. We also have Anisha who's with us live from outside the Supreme Court. Gopi, to you first. The Supreme Court set to hear 49 review petitions. What's the mood like on the ground?
Well, Samir, right now I am in Nerumeli, which is very close to the temple town of Sabarimala, and this will be the last point where the BJPs and the NDA's Safe Sabarimala Rath Yatra will be reaching just before its culmination or the final showdown in Pathanamthitta. Right behind me is the venue where the Yatra has just reached, and now the BJP leaders are addressing the mass gathering, and maybe in the next 30 minutes or so they will start their journey towards Pathanamthitta, the district headquarters, where they will be addressing a larger crowd. Remember, this particular day and this evening will be really crucial for the state government and the political parties which has been involved in the whole controversy. We have seen how both the parties, both the Congress and the BJP, have changed their stand from day one, and the kind of way they have carried out their protest over these days. And also we will certainly have to wait and see on their plan of action or their way forward after the Supreme Court is considering these review petitions. So all eyes will certainly be on the Supreme Court and the chamber of the Constitutional Bench to see what is the response that is coming out. And certainly we will also have a reaction from the BJP and other parties immediately after the response comes from the Supreme Court.
All right, Gopi, stay on with us. Before I go to Anisha, there's Anurag Naidu who's with us on the phone line. He's an activist. Anurag, the Supreme Court will be hearing 49 petitions. What is the feeling in your camp? Are you hopeful for a change? Are you trying for a change? Or do you believe that women of all ages should be allowed to enter Sabarimala?
Simi, we are very much hopeful of a change. Absolutely hopeful. See, there is a larger difference between what happened earlier and what is the situation right now. The temple had opened after the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court, which squashed, and it was a 4:1 judgment and a landslide judgment, in larger context. You see the temple has opened its door twice in the month of October and on 5th of November. And you see there were two activists trying to get into the temple in the month of October, and there was a lot of controversy around it and a confrontation. And now when the temple reopened on 5th, there was not even a single woman attempting to get into the temple. So that is very much clear with this, with everything that now we've been able to educate people. The Supreme Court has taken, I'm sure they will take cognizance of this particular incident that have happened in the recent times. And there is a larger interest, and people now understand very well that they were arguing for a wrong cause. And this is a matter of faith, and the denominational characters that we have been fighting for the temple is a very legitimate demand. And I think now things are set right. You cannot compare with the Friday. I mean, I'm talking about the previous arguments. The arguments will hold true, but now there is a larger sentiment that has come out in public, and everyone in India respects it very much. And there's a great amount of movement in South India, and I believe the Supreme Court will take cognizance of this matter.
All right, Anurag Naidu, thanks so much for speaking to India Today. Let's also get a word from Anisha, who's with us from outside the Supreme Court. Anusha, the bench which is hearing the matter is almost the same. The difference is that the CJI has changed.
Well, yes, I mean, the Supreme Court, the 5-judge Constitution bench is going to be considering the review petitions, 49 review petitions being considered in behind closed doors by the 5-judge Constitution bench. We are waiting to hear what the verdict is going to be, whether the Supreme Court is going to hear these review petitions or it is going to dismiss these review petitions. Very interestingly, this morning, while deciding to not hear the writ petitions urgently, the Chief Justice had said that we will have to consider what happens once the review petitions are actually considered by the Constitution bench. The Chief Justice made it clear that if the review petitions are dismissed, only then will these writ petitions have to be considered. If the review petitions are allowed and the court actually agrees to review its earlier judgment, its September judgment, then these fresh writ petitions will be heard alongside them. And we need to remember that 49 petitions, including those from the priests of the temple, from the Pandalam royal family, which is connected to the temple, as well as a multitude of groups of devotees, have been filed before the court saying that the decision of the 5-judge bench is incorrect, that according to them, the character of the deity, the brahmachari character of the deity, should have been made the first priority, and that the court cannot interfere in the matter of faith, because faith by itself is not rational but purely something, it's a matter of faith. Religion cannot be confined by rationality and rights. So these are some things that the court will have to consider, and we are waiting to get an update from inside the court what the 5-judge bench is now going to be doing. And as my colleague was just saying, it's a hugely emotive issue. There are a lot of people on the ground in the both devotees as well as politicians.
Us through that development. We're going to keep coming back to you for more. Now to the political blame game that's playing out. It's the left government in Kerala versus the BJP over entry of non-Hindus in the Sabarimala shrine. Amidst the move by non-Hindu women activists and devotees to gain entry into the shrine, BJP leader T.G. Mohan Das has filed a writ petition before the Kerala High Court seeking a ban on entry of non-Hindus into Sabarimala. The Kerala government has now filed an objection before the High Court. The Kerala government said that Sabarimala is a secular shrine and not exclusive to Hindus. The Kerala government said that Muslims have been praying in Sabarimala and it needs to consult Muslim Christian groups as well before taking a decision on the writ petition against entry of non-Hindus inside the Ayyappa shrine. We have Rahul Ishwar, activist, who's with us on the phone line. Rahul, the Supreme Court to hear 49 writ petitions. Are you hopeful? Rahul, can you hear me?
Yeah. Please go ahead. Can you ask that question once more?
Now I'm saying, how hopeful are you that there'll be a change in stand, considering that the Supreme Court has already delivered a historic judgment?
There are two points we would like to raise. One, it was a 4-1 verdict, and the only woman judge, Justice Indu Malhotra, took a stern view in support of Sabarimala and Swami Ayyappa. So that's one thing we are going to rely on, and we are going to point out the only female and the only woman judge in that particular bench was in support of us. And we are also pointing out that there are Article 25 which was not well appreciated earlier. We would like to invoke DP's rights. So we hope Supreme Court will be benevolent to us, seeing the pain of our people, because we don't have anybody else to appeal to. We are ordinary patriotic Indians who are very law-abiding citizens. So we hope and rely on Supreme Court for benevolence.
All right, Rahul, thanks so much for speaking to India Today. Meanwhile, today is the last day of BJP's mega safe Sabarimala Yatra from Kasaragod to the shrine. Gopi Krishnan has sent us his ground report. PG Mohandas, BJP leader who's with us on the phone line. Mr. Mohandas, it seems the Kerala government not on board with your idea, also saying that lots of Muslims and Christians have also been visiting the Ayyappa shrine for decades now.
Okay, so what? There is an act which is preventing that practice. I want that act to be enforced. That is also passed by Kerala government.
But, Mr. Mohandas, is the Pandalam family on board with the idea? Is the board on board with your idea, or is this an initiative that you personally have taken up?
See, I have nothing to do with the Pandalam family. It's not a family business. It is an act passed by Kerala Legislative Assembly way back in 1965. Okay. A portion of that was set aside by Supreme Court in the recent Sabarimala judgment. The remaining portion is standing. It is valid. I want that to be enforced. That is all. Thing is very simple. How can government file an affidavit against its own act? I don't understand. They make a law and they say that the law is wrong. Then they should not have made this law at all.
Right, but
This is all foolishness from government side. They don't understand law. They don't know what to do. The people are up in arms against them.
But Mr. Mohandas, no one has so far raked up this issue till now. You're the first one to file a writ petition before the High Court. It seems that you're the one who wants a ban on entry of non-Hindus in Sabarimala. The people who are running the temple board and the Pandalam family haven't made any opinion on this matter till now.
No, they cannot make an opinion because it is not a new requirement I am asking. It is there right from 1965. I am asking you, please enforce that. You have you were not careful in implementing that. You were careful in all other temples. You know, day before yesterday, few foreigners or I don't know, somebody else from other religions entered Padmanabha Swami temple and they closed the temple for several hours and they did this purification ceremony. So every Hindu temple in Kerala, non-Hindus are not supposed to enter. If they want to enter, there is a procedure, a written procedure also is to be made by the government and ask them to enter. See how the great singer Yesudas is entering the Sabarimala and other temples. Because he has given a declaration in 1972 that he has faith in Hinduism also. Based on that declaration, Yesudas is being admitted in the temple in Kerala. See, it is also written there. And now people are feeling as if I have come with something new. It is not new. It was the practice from 1965. Yesudas followed it from 1972. And what for others also have to follow that. If there is a rule, you have to follow that.
Right, and Mr. Mohandas, I want to understand, has your writ petition been admitted by the High Court? Have you gotten a date for the hearing?
I didn't get you.
Has your petition been admitted by the court?
See, the petition is admitted. Without admission also, court can proceed. Admission is only a formality. So when I file the petition, court has asked the respondent, that is Government of Kerala, to file their response. Now, instead of a response, they have filed an objection. Now, when the case comes up, court will decide whether to formally admit it or continue without any admission. In fact, major writ petitions are not admitted. It just goes without admission and it goes to the final judgment even. So, admission is only a technical thing.
Mr. Mohandas, the Kerala government says that Muslims have been praying in Sabarimala and it needs to consult Muslim and Christian groups before deciding on the writ petition.
Ask them to give name of 5 Muslims who regularly go to Sabarimala. This is all bogus claim. Tell me, except Yesudas, tell me the next Christian name who is regularly visiting Sabarimala. This is all bogus claim. Government wants to make it intentionally a secular temple, and that itself is an oxymoron, like hot ice cream. How can a temple be secular? Temple is always sacred, it is not secular. They don't understand the meaning of secularism. They want to make money, they want to loot Sabarimala. So they are coming with so many arguments against their own act, which they have passed. You know, this act was passed by, first notified by Congress and then ratified by communists. What are they talking about?
All right, Ms. Mohandas, thanks so much for speaking to India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.